I should maybe get my uniform on?
No, that's fine. That's fine.
My name is Ney Hillis. I am a park warden here at Ney Provincial Park, and we're here to talk about Ney's itself and some interesting features of Ney's. The most prominent one being that it used to be a POW camp for German POWs. I think there was around 600 or so, between 400 and 600 POWs at one point or another, not all at the same time, but 400 to 600 came through here at some point during those 5 years. What they mostly did was they worked in the logging camps, not here in the park. What they would do if they were on good behavior, they were allowed to go with these crews up the river, and they'd spend the whole day working at the logging camps. Their idea was that, you know, if you try to escape, there's nowhere to go except into thousands of kilometers of bush. I mean, there were a few escape attempts, but they all came back hungry and full of bug bites. So. Word has it is that they were treated so well that in 1946, when they knew they were about to be sent back, their escape attempts kind of went through the roof, and not everyone, but there was a lot more escape attempts because a lot of them wanted to stay here instead of going back because the conditions over in Europe weren't as... If you're interested in seeing, we can take a little hike. It's not too far, maybe a couple hundred yards, and there's an old water tower back there. So why don't we go try and find that? It's been a year or two since I was back here, but we should be able to find it.
Okay, let's go.
You know what? The tower might be over that way a bit more, but I think there's a passage. So like I was saying before, we're definitely outside the compound now, and there was one of these at each corner of this whole area. So there was 4 water towers, and we'll walk around, but you can see here's one of the kind of the joints where the one leg went up, and then there's another leg there, and you can see it makes a square, and then somewhere down in this little pit here there's an actual valve, which we'll go take a look at now. Here's the third leg, and buried in there. So where we're standing right now would be in the exact middle of the water tower, so if you looked up, there'd be a great big water tower with a great big water jug.
Yeah, it should be.
Which is the valve I was talking about. This hasn't moved since. At one point in time you could turn this, but it's pretty corroded, so you can't turn it now. Yeah, hopefully it stays like that for another 70 years. So if you can see here, what I'm pointing at is a water tower. That's where we just were. And then you have the 4 corners. 1, 2, 3, 4 here. And what we have here is a bunch of articles from the time that we've discussed, 1941 to 1946, on the numerous escape attempts. Not just from Camp 100 Ney's, but from all the camps in Northern Ontario.
Yeah, what are the headlines here?
So here we got police, soldiers join search. This one, prison camp, breaks must be stopped. We got some good ones here. Nazi escapee in U.S. flees called flagrant. Another one here from Heron Bay, Ontario, just down the highway. Not caught today, not here. Another heading here, 6 Germans still missing from internment. Here's an illustration from the newspaper back then. It says, Germans dig network of tunnels for mass escape. Dated Wednesday, April 23rd, 1941. As I mentioned before, there was a gentleman who tried to skate across Lake Superior, as you can see here. These are the actual skates he made and used. And if you pan up to here, these are wire cutters which were made out of someone's bed again, to cut through the fence and ultimately make an escape.